Hey guys, today's going to be a review-filled day here on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing not one, not two, but three reviews. Well, you're going to find out the other two a little later, but the first one I want to talk about is Evolve 10, their show last night, a tribute to the arena. For those of you who don't know, last night was the final wrestling show ever held in the ECW Arena. And I'll give my thoughts on some of the other stuff besides the matches here in a moment. So, why don't we kick it off? First match was Atu. Now, I've known the name. I've never seen him wrestle before. Atu wrestles over in the East Coast, mainly ECWA, and he is managed by Larry Davis. Now, the story here is Atu has an open contract for any wrestler to challenge him. So all of a sudden, it's low-key. A very nice surprise to see low-key, show up. Now, I will describe the moves of the entire match. You ready? Bell rings, the capo kick that Low-Ki does, the rolling kick, which, honest to God, looked like knocked Atu out completely. That was the first move of the match, and he knocked his brains out. He was out cold. How he finished the match, I don't know. After like a moment or two, Low-Ki picks him up, does the cartwheel kick in the corner, and then does the double stomp from the top rope. 1, 2, 3, Low-Ki wins. It was a nice surprise to see him, and, I gotta admit, Atu's a big guy. I didn't expect, like a squash right there. But, I'm a Low-Ki guy. I've been a fan of Low-Ki for years, so it was great to see him. And after the match, he cut a promo saying how he is going to be in Evolve. He's going to be in Toronto. He might be in Miami for WrestleMania weekend, which means Dragon Gate USA. And he finishes his promo by saying one of Taz's lines, "Beat me if you can, survive if I allow you." So a nice, surprising opening to the show. The next match is Cheech versus Cloudy. For those of you who aren't sure what happened, at the last Evolve show, Cheech and Cloudy lost their first match as a tag team, and Cheech basically beat up his partner after. So Cheech and Cloudy are no more a tag team, so they are singles competitors. I gotta admit, and I was thinking about it while watching the match, if this had happened when they were in Chikara for a while, I think it would have been a big deal. But, for some reason, this match, it just didn't feel like a big deal. And there was one spot where Cloudy attempts a corkscrew dive through the middle rope, and he just completely misses, or Cloudy completely misses Cheech on the dive. The match ends when Cheech hits his finishing move, Go to Cheech, twice on Cloudy to get the 1, 2, 3. Cheech is 1-0 now in singles competition. Let me move this so I remember the matches. Next match is a tag team match. John Silver and Alex Reynolds against the team of Caleb Conley and Scott Reed, known as The Scene, with Larry Dallas as their manager. This match, this is like the first time I've seen all four of these guys. Silver was the one who impressed me the most. I thought he was, very good in the ring, had a lot of energy. I would like to see a lot more of John Silver in the future. If it's Evolve or Dragon Gate USA, or anywhere. I would like to see more of him. But this just felt like a stale match. It just, went on maybe a little bit too long. But Conley and Reed got the win. But like I said, I was very impressed with John Silver. Not Long John Silver, but John Silver. Like I said, I'd like to see more of John Silver in the future. It doesn't matter if it's Evolve or Dragon Gate USA or any other independent promotion. I'd really like to see him, in the near future. Next up is Jigsaw against AR Fox. Jigsaw coming out tonight, or last night, pardon me, in blue. First time I've ever seen him not wear his traditional red mask. Before the match, he said he thanked everybody, in the arena because Chikara had many shows in the ECW Arena for years, so he thanked them. And this was a good match. This was a very good match. This was only the second time I'd seen AR Fox wrestle. I thought he did an okay job. Jigsaw carried the match. This was one of Jigsaw's best matches. He's really been getting good as of late in the world of wrestling. And, I really liked how Jigsaw, was just on fire last night. The finish of the match was a sort of a side slam off the top rope, super kick combo by Jigsaw, got the win, 1, 2, 3. Jigsaw wins his first singles match in Evolve Wrestling. Now after the match, Jigsaw cut a quick promo, and then AR Fox was about to cut a promo, when all of a sudden we hear the clicking of beer bottles. Click, 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 click. And one of the things that I liked watching the Evolve pay-per-view last night was you could chat with other people who are watching it. And I put in, come out and play, sort of, the Warriors reference. And it's Sami Callihan with, 2, 3 beer bottles clinging together. Clink, 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 clink. Apparently at the last Dragon Gate USA show, Callahan hit Fox over the head with a beer bottle, which got him busted open. And Callahan was just daring Fox to hit him. And the referee was saying to Fox, no, don't do it. If you do it, you're going to be fined. You're going to be suspended, which is one of the rules of Evolve Wrestling. And AR Fox didn't do it. But it would not be the end of AR Fox, Sami Callihan for this night. Next match, Yuha Nation against Pinky Sanchez. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen Yuha Nation wrestle. I've heard a lot about him. So, it was the first time I got a chance to see him. And I felt bad for Pinky Sanchez because Pinky Sanchez is a talented wrestler. He really is a talented wrestler. And this was a quick match, even though Pinky got, some offensive in. It was just Yuha Nation just, getting the body slams. And then he did 2 standing shooting star press flips, getting the 1, 2, 3, and it was over. And I was impressed. I mean, the guy with his size. And I was reading an article yesterday in PW Insider, and somebody made the comparison of Yuha Nation to Monty Brown as in body size, as far as body size goes. But I can tell, even though it's early, and I'd like to see more matches of Yuha Nation. Yuha Nation seems to be a little bit more of a better wrestler than Monty Brown, but like I said, I'd like to see a little bit more, of Yuha in competition. Then we get a tag team match. Rich Swann and Chuck Taylor representing Ronin. They go up against the Super Smash Brothers, Player Uno and Player Dos. I thought this was the best match of the night. I thought this was the best match of the night. Rich Swann, Chuck Taylor, they just worked together. They were smooth. It was as if they'd been teaming up for years. A lot of great moves, between all 4 guys. I was really impressed by the Super Smash Brothers. I'm not really a big fan of Player Uno, but he impressed me last night. I've been a fan of Player Dos. Player Dos, I'm a fan of his. Player Uno impressed me last night. The match ends when Chuck Taylor hits the Awful Waffle on Player Uno, which I still say is the best named move in all of wrestling today, the Awful Waffle. 1, 2, 3, Chuck Taylor, Rich Swann get the win. After the match, they say that they will get the tag team titles in Dragon Gate USA from Shima and Ricochet. I can't think of the belt right now, so I apologize for that. But they said they will get those belts. So coming back from intermission, the first match back from intermission was Kyle Matthews against John Davis. And this was just a complete squash match. It just really was. Matthews had like no offense whatsoever. John Davis got the win. After the match, he cut a promo saying that he wants Finlay in the ring one-on-one. Be very interesting to see if it happens. Because I think he got two styles. Finlay, the experienced brawler, and John Davis, who's got the power. It would be a very interesting match to see, I think. It might not be the best match, but it would be different to see. The next match is Bobby Fish against Sami Callihan, and once again, we continue with the saga of A.R. Fox and Sami Callihan. A.R. Fox is in the corner of Bobby Fish, and Sami Callihan is complaining that A.R. Fox is going to get involved in the match, and A.R. Fox promised that he would not get involved in this match, and he ended up not getting involved in the match for the most part. And this was an okay match. You know, if I put this as the third best match of the show. Like I said, the tag match with Swann and Taylor and the Super Smash Brothers was the best match. Jigsaw and A.R. Fox was the second best match. And it really was a good back and forth match. It was a back and forth match. And, you know, I've seen Callihan wrestle. He's a good wrestler. Bobby Fish I haven't seen too much of, but he's good. He is good in the ring. Towards the end of the match, as it looks like Bobby Fish is about to tap out to the, what is it called? I think it's the Michelin muffler or the Callihan muffler. I don't remember the name of it. A.R. Fox slaps Bobby Fish, you know, to get him, to get him out of the move, which he does, a reversal, and then Bobby Fish hits the fish hook. Callihan taps out. Bobby Fish gets a big win, goes to 2-4 in Evolve, with Sami going 3-3. Now, after the match, A.R. Fox comes in the ring, and he's got a set of handcuffs, and he puts the handcuffs on, and he dares Callihan to hit him. So Pinky Sanchez comes out, and he's got an empty beer bottle. And A.R. Fox is just daring Callihan to hit him with the beer bottle. He's daring him. He's daring him. He's telling him to hit him. But Callihan would not do it. And I thought that was really good. I know there were some people that didn't like that, but me personally, I thought that was very good. You know, very good dramatics there. And, you know, it really shows both men really want at each other, and they're going to use mind games to get under each other's skin, which I thought was really good. Then we go to the main event, Ricochet challenging Johnny Gargano for the Freedom Gate title. This is Gargano's first title defense as Open the Freedom Gate champion. Ricochet, who had an unbelievable 2011. He won, like, I think 3 titles in a year in Japan. He's the current Open the Brave Gate champion. And, you know, I gotta say, for this match, and I'm not gonna bash it. I'm not gonna bash it too hard. Because it seemed that Gargano just was not at 100%. You know, there were some people who were saying, you know, he got a little bit soft in the middle. And there were some who were saying that he may have been sick. And if he was sick, you know, I'd give him a little bit of a pass on that. But, you know, this was not their best match. I thought Ricochet did, you know, the best that he could with a situation like this. And Johnny Gargano got the win, still the Open the Freedom Gate champion. But I tell you, this Philadelphia crowd just really crapped all over this match until the end. And, you know, when it was over, it was like, oh, finally, you know. So after that, we start the tribute to the ECW Arena, and the original ring announcer came out, and I apologize because I didn't follow the original ECW until '99. So so the original announcer came out, and then Joey Styles comes out, and the fans are chanting, "Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my!" You know, they're wanting him to, you know, to do it, and he does it. So he introduces a couple people. First, he introduces Gary Wolf, one of the Pit Bulls, who really played a big part in the early years of ECW, especially the angle with him and Shane Douglas with the Halo incident. Then the next one was J.T. Smith, and then Todd Gordon came out, and Todd Gordon talked, and Sandman couldn't make it, which sucked, you know, because it's ECW Arena. You figure Sandman would be there. And as they're about to do a toast, here comes DJ Hyde, Drew Gulak, and people from CZW to ruin the celebration. And they start fighting with the guys in the ring when all of a sudden Balls Mahoney comes out, you know, with his song, "I got big balls, he's got big balls." I love that song. Who does not love that song? So Balls Mahoney takes advantage, but the numbers game comes up, and, you know, CZW's taking advantage. Then all of a sudden, New Jack's music plays, and New Jack just goes crazy, as New Jack can only do, hitting people with weapons. And then all of a sudden, here comes Justin Credible, and he hits New Jack with a Singapore cane, which gets boos from the fans. And then Sabu comes out, and then we have an impromptu match, Justin Credible against Sabu, and I know a lot of people didn't like it when I was on the chats while watching the show, but my thought was, this is the last time, you know, there's going to be this in the ECW Arena. I'm not going to have an opinion on it. It's nostalgia, you know, just let it be. Sabu got the win with the Arabian face plant. So after the match, Joey Styles comes in the ring, and then Sabu wants to talk. Sabu's about to talk. And then Sami Callihan comes out, attacks Sabu. Pardon me. And he, you know, is beating Sabu with a beer bottle. And then AR Fox comes out to help Sabu, but Pinky Sanchez comes, and it's a 2-on-1 on AR Fox. And Sami Callihan, you know, cuts his promo at the end saying, you know, it's time to end this, it's over. And he says, "Fade to Black." And they do, and Metallica's "Fade to Black" plays. And as the lights go back on, there's nobody in the ring. That's it. That's the end. That's the final show ever in the ECW Arena. So, what are my thoughts? Well, for this show, it wasn't that good. There were 2 or 3 good matches on this show. I liked the low-key surprise. That was very good. And I thought after that, they just were going to get better and better and better and better. But something just didn't click. Something just did not click. Of course, they had a show earlier in the afternoon in that building. There were probably fans who went to both shows and were probably tired towards the end. All in all, it just didn't click. This show just did not click. And then the tribute, the ending was weird. It really was. I thought, you know, number one, they were going to get more guys like Raven, Tommy, you know, anybody. I mean, like with the Dudleys and Taz and RVD, I could sort of understand them not being there because of TNA, you know, but I just thought there'd be more people there. I thought maybe Paul Heyman would have been there. But in a way, I sort of like the fact that they put the new generation over, you know, at the end. But like I said, that ending was just so weird. It was like, that's it? It was like the Sopranos ending. You know, it's like, that's how it ends? I want more. You know, I want to know how this ends. And basically, that's how it is. If you are a fan of the original ECW and you want to see the show just in that building one more time, it's worth the $15. But overall, it really wasn't that good of a show, and I really don't say that a lot, and I try not to, but it's the truth. It really wasn't that good of a show. Just something didn't click. Although I will say this: last night was the first time I ordered an internet pay-per-view from the WWN website. And I gotta say, top-notch production, top to bottom. The streaming was good, the camera was good, the mic work was good. I can't complain about that whatsoever. So as far as the production-wise goes, that was really good. But as far as the show goes, it just really wasn't that good. The next time that there is an internet pay-per-view from WWNlive.com, it will be January the 27th when they're over in the West Coast for the next Dragon Gate USA show. So if you are willing to stay up here on the East Coast on a Friday night on a show that starts at 11 at night, go for it. For me, I'm not going to risk that. I'm just going to stay in bed. But definitely, like I said, if you get a pay-per-view, an internet pay-per-view from WWNlive.com, it is definitely worth it. Top-notch production, top to bottom. But the show just was not that good.